If you own a condo in Florida right now, you need to watch this video. Condo prices are absolutely plummeting across the Sunshine State, and some cities are getting hit harder than anywhere else in the country. I'm breaking down the top 10 cities where condo values are collapsing in 2025 and what's causing this unprecedented market crash. Subscribe to our channel and let's dive in. Miami. Let's start with the biggest shocker of them all, Miami. This city has always been synonymous with luxury waterfront condos and high-rise living, but right now, it's leading the nation in condo price drops. When you look at what's happening on the ground, it's pretty startling. It could be that a correction is on the way. So what's going on? Well, Miami's condo market is caught in a perfect storm. After the tragic Surfside condo collapse back in 2021, Florida passed sweeping new safety laws requiring older buildings to undergo rigorous inspections and set aside huge reserve funds for repairs. For many Miami condo owners, this has meant their monthly fees have skyrocketed almost overnight. We're talking increases of hundreds or even thousands of dollars per month. Add to that the insurance crisis. Premiums have gone through the roof because insurance companies are either fleeing Florida entirely or charging astronomical rates for hurricane coverage. The result? Condo owners are desperately trying to sell before they get hit with even more costs. Many retirees on fixed incomes simply can't afford the new reality of condo ownership in Miami. They're flooding the market with listings, but buyers are scarce because nobody wants to inherit those massive monthly expenses. It's created a vicious cycle where prices keep dropping, inventory keeps climbing, and the market shows no signs of stabilizing anytime soon. Fort Lauderdale. Moving north up the coast, Fort Lauderdale is experiencing its own condo crisis. This beautiful city, known for its canals and waterways, is seeing many condos sell for less than their asking price. What makes Fort Lauderdale's situation particularly tough is that it has the same insurance and regulation problems as Miami, but with even less international buyer interest to help absorb the inventory. The city's older condo stock is especially vulnerable. Many of these buildings were constructed in the boom years and are now hitting that age where major repairs become necessary. These financial shocks are forcing people to sell at whatever price they can get, just to escape the burden. First-time buyers who might have been interested are staying away because the numbers simply don't make sense anymore. When you factor in the mortgage, the insurance, the HOA fees, and the potential for massive special assessments, owning a Fort Lauderdale condo has become one of the riskiest real estate investments in America right now. West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach rounds out the Tri-County area, getting absolutely hammered by the condo collapse. This city has traditionally been a haven for wealthy retirees and second home buyers, but right now condos are selling below their original asking prices. The luxury market that once seemed untouchable is showing serious cracks. What's different about West Palm Beach is the mix of ultra-luxury high-rises and more modest older buildings, and both are struggling. The older buildings face the same inspection and reserve fund issues plaguing the rest of South Florida. But even the newer luxury towers are seeing prices drop because buyers are becoming extremely cautious about Florida condo ownership in general. The reputation damage from the Surfside collapse and the ongoing stories about soaring fees have made even wealthy buyers think twice. The other factor hitting West Palm Beach hard is the slowdown in migration. During the pandemic, wealthy New Yorkers and other high-tax state residents flooded into South Florida, driving condo prices to record highs. That wave has now turned into a trickle. Without that constant stream of new buyers, there simply aren't enough people willing to pay premium prices for condos with uncertain carrying costs. Cape Coral. Cape Coral on the southwest Gulf Coast could be experiencing a very dramatic condo price collapses in all of Florida. This canal city that exploded in popularity during the pandemic is now dealing with the aftermath of oversupply and growing concerns about climate risk. Some sellers are slashing prices multiple times just to generate interest. Cape Coral's location along the water makes it particularly vulnerable to hurricane damage and flooding, which has sent insurance costs into orbit. Annual insurance premiums that used to be manageable are now costing owners many thousands of dollars. When Hurricane Ian devastated parts of southwest Florida, it served as a wake-up call about the real risks of waterfront living in this region. Buyers became much more selective and cautious, while owners who had purchased at peak prices found themselves trapped. The condo associations in Cape Coral are also grappling with the new state requirements for inspections and reserves. For buildings that were already dealing with damage from storms or just normal aging, these requirements have created financial emergencies. Some associations have had to levy special assessments equal to a full year's worth of fees or more. When potential buyers learn about these costs, they immediately walk away. The result is a market where inventory just keeps piling up while prices keep falling. Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida's largest city by land area, is also seeing a major condo market slowdown. While the city hasn't experienced the same astronomical price increases as South Florida, it's now dealing with the consequences of overbuilding and changing buyer preferences. Jacksonville's condo market was heavily driven by investors and first-time buyers looking for affordable alternatives to single-family homes. But with mortgage rates staying elevated and the horror stories coming out of other Florida cities about massive HOA fee increases, many of those would-be buyers are choosing to rent instead or save up for a house. The city's downtown condo market is particularly struggling. Developers built numerous high-rise condo towers anticipating continued growth and urbanization, but demand hasn't materialized as expected. Many of these units sit empty or are being converted to long-term rentals at prices that don't generate positive cash flow for owners. The oversupply situation means that even nice, well-maintained condos are sitting on the market for months without serious offers. Sellers are coming to terms with the fact that they may need to accept significant losses just to move on. Northport. Northport, part of the Sarasota metro area, is possibly experiencing a condo market meltdown that caught many owners by surprise. This rapidly growing area attracted tons of buyers during the pandemic, but now condos are selling below asking price. The market went from red hot to ice cold in what feels like overnight. The problem in Northport is partly about expectations. Many buyers purchased condos here thinking they were getting a great deal compared to prissier coastal markets, but they didn't fully account for the rising costs of ownership. Insurance premiums have increased dramatically even for properties that aren't directly on the water. Property taxes have climbed as the area has expanded and added services. There's also a demographic shift happening. Northport attracted many retirees on fixed incomes who are now finding that their monthly housing costs are increasing faster than their Social Security or pension checks. Some are being forced to sell and relocate to more affordable areas. But when they list their condos, they're competing with dozens or hundreds of other similar units. It's become a race to the bottom on pricing, with sellers desperate to find a buyer before their financial situation becomes even more difficult. Tampa. Tampa, one of Florida's hottest growth markets over the past few years, is now seeing its condo market cool off dramatically. Lots of condos are selling below their original asking prices, and the trend is accelerating. Tampa's situation is interesting because the city doesn't have as many older high-rises as South Florida, but it's still getting hit by many of the same forces. The Tampa Bay area saw massive condo construction during the boom years, particularly in downtown and along the waterfront. Developers anticipated endless demand from young professionals and empty nesters wanting urban lifestyles. The investment condo market in Tampa has also collapsed. Investors who bought units to rent out as short-term vacation properties are finding that the market is completely saturated. Rental income is down while costs keep rising, creating negative cash flow situations. Many are trying to sell, but they're discovering that the resale market is brutal. Buyers can sense the desperation, and they're making lowball offers or just waiting for prices to drop even further. Orlando. Orlando, the theme park capital of the world, is experiencing a surprising condo market collapse. Nearly 85% of condos are now selling below their asking prices. This is particularly unexpected because Orlando has such a strong tourism base, but that's actually part of the problem. Many of the condos in Orlando were purchased as investment properties for short-term vacation rentals. Investors thought they'd found a gold mine, buy a condo near Disney, rent it out to families on vacation, and watch the money roll in. But the vacation rental market in Orlando has become completely oversaturated. There are now so many properties competing for guests that rental rates have dropped while vacancy rates have increased. The math that worked when investors bought these condos just doesn't work anymore. Many are selling at a loss just to get out from under the monthly carrying costs. The other challenge in Orlando is that the city keeps approving new condo construction, adding even more supply to an already flooded market. Buyers know this and are in no hurry to purchase because they figure better deals are coming. It's created a waiting game where everyone is frozen. Sellers can't get their prices, buyers won't make offers, and inventory just continues to pile up month after month. Destin Fort Walton Beach. The Destin and Fort Walton Beach area along Florida's Panhandle has experienced quite a condo price decline. This beautiful stretch of coastline, known for its emerald waters and white sand beaches, is now seeing desperate sellers who never imagined their dream investment would turn into such a nightmare. What happened here is a classic case of boom and bust. During the pandemic, wealthy buyers and investors flooded into the Panhandle thinking they discovered an undervalued gem. Condo prices soared to levels that made no economic sense. Now reality is setting in. The area is heavily dependent on tourism and vacation rentals, which means income is seasonal and unpredictable. Many condo owners are finding that their rental income doesn't come close to covering their annual costs. Hurricane risk is also a major concern in this region. The Panhandle has been hit by several devastating storms in recent years, and insurance companies have responded by either pulling out or raising rates to eye-watering levels. For beachfront condos, annual insurance can easily cost more than $10,000. Punta Gorda. Rounding out our list is Punta Gorda, a charming city on Florida's Gulf Coast that's seeing significant condo market stress. While not quite as dramatic as some other cities, prices here are falling steadily, and the fundamentals suggest more pain ahead. Punta Gorda attracted many retirees looking for affordable Florida living near the water, but those retirees are now facing financial pressures they didn't anticipate. The condo market in Punta Gorda skews older, both the buildings and the owners. Many of these properties were built decades ago and are now requiring major repairs and renovations. The new state requirements for reserve funds have forced associations to either drastically increase monthly fees or levy special assessments. For seniors on fixed incomes, these costs can be devastating. The younger buyers who might have been interested in Punta Gorda condos are steering clear because they see the writing on the wall. Why buy into a building that's going to need major work in the next few years when you could buy a house instead? The lack of buyer interest is putting downward pressure on prices, and many sellers are accepting offers well below what they paid just a few years ago. So there you have it. The top 10 Florida cities where condo prices are about to collapse in 2025. If you're thinking about buying a Florida condo right now, proceed with extreme caution. Make sure you understand all the costs and do a lot of research. Talk to current owners in the building about their experiences. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.